Hello everyone, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and apologies for, first of all, missing the Friday deadline by around 40 minutes, and also leaving you guys waiting for 5 minutes before starting this stream. I can already tell that today's chess solving is going to be absolutely hopeless, because I am kind of like in the opposite mood of like my depressed, I don't want to do this calculation mood. I'm kind of in the chaotic, I have a million ideas running through my head because I've got a million things to do, and a million things to do are also very creative things that I need to get done. So I've been working quite hard today, like kind of trying to work on these creative pursuits. Of course, all chess related. Obviously, I don't have time for non-chess creative pursuits. Only old age can dream of such a happening. Welcome Jan to the stream. I've got a screen timer on for YouTube, which is about to go off, so I need to switch that off. Because I cannot trust myself to not just scroll like a mindless idiot. So yeah, okay, we should be good. Yeah, hope you're applying the highest rule, Jan, and let's get into some training. I also have some fantastic news to announce, which is linked to the creative pursuit, which is I will be joining the ranks of the ECF team to produce a podcast that is going to come out on the ECF YouTube channel in the coming weeks. So yeah, I'm going to have to put in some work to get this done. But yeah, looks quite exciting. And that is some good news, guys, that we are now moving on to Petrosian, and we have left the deep, dark depths of Mikhail Tal behind. So yeah, let's have a read of this. Strategy is a piece of stone you're working on, and tactics is basically the instrument you use to cut the stone. So we should see tactics as an instrument to help us achieve what we want to achieve. Yeah, seems reasonable. Yeah. Yeah, it goes back to this saying that, like, tactics favor the side who's positionally better. So, if you are, positionally on top of things, then often you'll need the tactics to basically follow through with whatever it is that you're doing. So, okay, let's have a think about this position. Petrosian, God, that's mean from Axel Smith, putting a game that Petrosian lost as the first Petrosian exercise. But in any case, let's have a think. So what the hell is this position? Okay, so let's see what's going on. There's queen, rook, rook, bishop, knight against queen, rook, rook, bishop, knight. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 7. Did I count that correctly? So is white to play? Black is up by 2 pawns. But in this position, there's a lot going on. So the knight is being attacked by the queen, which is currently loose. There's tension between the bishops. There's pressure on the knight. Yeah, this is the problem. When you've got so many things on your mind, you literally can't, focus on something like this. But okay, let me keep trying. So, okay, this is why having a method is useful, right? Because then you can kind of like clock back in and like think. So, okay, knight is loose, queen is loose, bishop is also eyeing up the queen. Any X-ray pressure? So there's pressure, back this way, pressure this way. Rooks are perhaps underdeveloped. So, okay. What checks do we have? We don't have any. Do we have any captures? Yes, we can take on g6, we can take on g4, we can take on g7. And what about threats? We could move the knight somewhere with some kind of effect. Focus. My mind literally went to focus, hocus pocus. That is the level of autism we're on right now. God. Are there any more threats in this position? Not really, and I mean, we're 2 pawns down and the knight is hanged, so there must be something concrete already. So, okay. What checks do we have? Yeah, we've already done that. Captures, we've looked at. Threats, we've looked at. So, let's go with the captures. So, queen takes g4, we win a piece. I guess black can take on d4 with check, and if we take back, they can take on knight. Do we have a follow-up there? We could take on g6 potentially, but then they can take on d4 with check. Really doesn't look good. So then that begs the question, okay, can we throw in bishop g7 first, and when we take back, now take, but then again, they can still take on c3. Maybe this is a slightly better version, but still, they can take back with the h-pawn, it looks fine. What if we take on g6 first? They can take check and then pick up the knight. Looks pretty good for them. So, okay, what about our threats? If we move this knight to attack the queen, they can take the bishop with check. And if I sack the rook, this comes with check as well, so I don't like that. What about knight here? I mean, they could take this with check, and when we take back, then they just move their knight somewhere. That seems okay. So I've exhausted all my candidate moves, and nothing looks good. Which is not ideal. I mean, currently the best looking move looks like takes, and rook d3 to try and swing the rook around, but queen c5 comes with check. Don't know if it's really fast enough. What about f6? Does that do something? What if they just take with the knight? That looks reasonable. Another idea is potentially bishop takes, king takes, and then knight d5. If this knight moves somewhere, then we can at least take on e7. Maybe that's nice. I don't blame Petrosian for missing whatever this win is, because I don't see it. I mean, I'm somehow tempted to try and make like something like f6 work and then throw this in with tempo on the queen, right? Then the queen has to find somewhere to move. And then we give some big check. That does nothing. Does it do nothing? Maybe we take afterwards. Maybe that wins back the piece. Hold on, so maybe f6 is really strong. If they take this way, then we take here. If they take with the bishop, Maybe we sack the rook. They take with the knight, then again we go knight d5. Yeah, and we take on e7 and take on f6. I think it works. I think f6 just wins. That's quite incredible. We're running out of time, so I'll go for it. Yeah. Incredible. Incredible. Wow. Actually being in a creative move probably helped. So my idea was knight d5 and then take on e7 and then take on f6. Oh, knight back to d5. Oh, crap. I'm not winning the knight. Okay, so I got a bit lucky then. But yeah, looks like I win the piece with knight d5. So close enough. What's a Caius? Jan, I know you know what a Caius rule is. I'm not going to repeat myself. Your channel things are Tao. I thought you are a fan. That's true. I mean, I only put the channel membership tiers as Tao themed because Tao is good at tactics, right? Like, you know, if let's say you have a preference to, God, this is gonna sound so stupid, but like, if you have a preference towards like, I don't know, slim builds as opposed to body builds, then you would still not want to put like slim builds on like a gym like advertisement, right? I don't know. My point is that tactics Tao is good at, not necessarily that I like Tao. I'm getting flagged by nubs. What the hell does that mean? Bro is crushing me using 2 minutes on the clock. Pretty standard. Welcome Benjamin to the stream. How's it going? How is life in Penang? Are things still good? Are you still studying there, or are things done with that saga? Or what's been up? King d5. Oh, knight d5. Okay. Knight d5. I think the problem was. Also let me just check this. Knight takes f6. Yeah, knight d5 was the idea. Knight e7 and then bishop f6. Yeah, so that's that. I did at least calculate that. But I think if knight d5, then yeah, black can take on d4. That was my thinking. I can have a quick look just to double check. Yeah, bishop d4. Yeah, and it all comes with check, so we don't have time for anything. Yeah. Okay, nice. Let's do another one. Welcome, Harshal. How's it going? Long time no see on the channel. We just solved a nice Petrosian. Well, not a Petrosian exercise. Someone who beat Petrosian with this very nice move, f6. So I'm quite happy with finding this one. Yeah, well, what's been new for you, Harshal? Also, I had some nice news at the start of the stream. I'll just repeat it for you because I know you're in this kind of content kind of stuff. But yeah, I probably will be getting involved with the ECF to run some kind of YouTube podcast for the ECF to kind of showcase, you know, what English chess has to offer. So probably gonna be putting my creative cap on and trying to think of some like fun topics to kind of discuss, either interview people or just, you know, ramble on my own. So yeah, exciting times. And yeah, we'll definitely keep you posted about it. Maybe I'll even have some questions to throw at you. Ben says, I just finished my college. I'm back in Kuala Lumpur now. Okay, lovely. Yeah, I'll have to come visit. And you should definitely check out the chess club. It's like the one at like Amcorp Mall in Petaling Jaya. Like it's really a good scene. And there's like all levels, like it's a good vibe. Like just go play. I think there are even a couple people there who play shogi as well. So who knows? Bring a shogi set and you might find some people to play. Yeah, ECF is English Chess Federation. Exactly. Yeah. Nah, it's crazy. Actually gonna get paid to do some video work. Like compared to the pennies I make on YouTube, it's unbelievable. So yeah, we'll take it. Okay, let's keep going. So Petrosian against Agamalian. Okay, nice, Benjamin. Yeah, if you go, definitely let me know. Like I could. I wanna find out like what's going on there still. I sometimes tune into a group chat, but there's like too many messages each day, so I had to like mute it and forget about it. But no, it's a nice community. Right. So what's going on? We've got rook, rook, bishop, bishop, knight against rook, rook, bishop, bishop, knight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so equal material. Lots of tension all over the board, to be honest. Like the rook's adding pressure, the bishop's adding pressure. Knight is adding pressure, maybe some x-ray pressure, but unlikely. Rook is a bit passive here. Is there anyone loose? This rook is loose. This knight is loose. This bishop is loose. This rook is loose. This rook is loose. Potentially the king is a bit exposed. We have a light squared bishop as well. Instinctively, this comes to mind, but you know, I don't trust my instincts and it's probably garbage. So let's just calculate. So do we have any checks? Yes, we've got bishop h3, bishop f3. Do we have any captures? Yes, we've got capture, 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 capture. Okay, do we have any threats in this position as well? I mean, e5 immediately to try and play for, like, maybe to try and play for this, right? In other news, I'll share this with whoever might possibly be watching a VOD. If you happen to be a junior, so under 18, watching this VOD, or watching the stream live, it turns out that basically the podcast that I'm doing, it's probably going to be on Fridays. It'll be weekly, like a weekly show. And it's probable that Natasha Reagan and Matthew Sadler are going to do a show alongside on Tuesdays. And it will involve basically having like a call with like, you know, a junior within the British chess scene. And the junior will basically just show one of their best games and just, you know, provide some context and, you know, analyze with Matthew and Natasha. So if you are interested in that, I could probably get you in touch. So if you are interested, just drop me a message on Lichess. That's probably easiest, and I can look into it. But yeah, lots of opportunities like coming out of this, which is very nice. I mean, I'm really impressed with the ECF in recent months. I mean, there was also this update about like the junior selection policy for like England team, and it's so much better, like so much like more methodical and so much less dodgy. Like, gone are the days of just like the England team just being the kids of like the grandmasters in the selection committee. You know, it's just like it really needed revamping, and the kind of policy that they have now looks really, really good. I don't know if it will be enforced, but it looks really good from the outside. And I won't name names, but basically I feel like, you know, previous junior directors completely failed at the role because they simply did not have any expertise in coaching or junior development. So no wonder it was going to be a flop, right? But it looks like, you know, for instance, like with the chess trips for juniors abroad, they're making it like a necessity that a coach comes along on the trip. Like, can you imagine that there were chess trips organized in the last few years where there was no coach? you just had parents show up with their kids while all the other teams have like multiple coaches and like analysis together and a team spirit, and the England team is just sitting there with like awkward parents with awkward kids with no you know sense of you know teamwork or anything. Like, I don't know, it was just shit. Let's just put it mildly. But it looks like things are changing. Like, I mean, the guy who got in touch with me, like, he's also newly elected and seems like quite keen to, you know, modernize the ECF a bit. So I think there's like huge potential in like the coming years. Like, I think the current committee is really looking good from the small things that I'm seeing. Right, so let's start calculating. We don't have much time. Let's look at our checks. So this doesn't help. They just take this. They could take with bishop or king, but bishop is probably fine. Don't see any follow-up. Although we can maybe pick up a pawn in some case. Like, maybe we can trade and then take the pawn. But are we really winning a pawn? Like, could they play a move like rook b2? The knight moves somewhere. Maybe we can go back to a5 to protect, and if they go rook here, then we protect. I don't know. This is a tricky line. Like, bishop takes, rook takes, king takes, knight takes rook here, knight a5, maybe rook b5. And there's a bishop and rook attacking this pawn as well. So we don't have time for b6, because then there's probably rook takes d5. So I don't know. It's unclear. Maybe this is correct, but let's come back to it. So what other captures if we take here? Is this anything? Don't think this is fast enough. They can just take. What about captures here? Again, don't think it's anything. What about captures here? Maybe this is a cleaner way to do it, right? If they take, then I take the rook. And then if they take, then I take. And then this looks good. We both have bishop pair. I have an extra pawn. This looks very clean. Are there any in-between moves they can throw in? What about a move like bishop b2? I probably go rook b1. And again, if they take my knight, I take their rook, right? So knight takes b3 looks really, really good. Knight takes b3, what if they just play rook b2? Well, then I just take the bishop. So knight takes b3 even hits the bishop, so... And if bishop c3, we take it. So bishop b2 is probably forced and rook b1 is just fine. There's no knight d2 either, because we can just take that. Yeah, so I think this just wins. Yeah, and rook b1. Okay, and now we can do our tactic of taking. Oh my god, we just missed a free rook. Oh no. Need to consider variations within a variation. Obviously this is... Oh, okay, so they don't actually have to take then. Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, no, I'm just calculating like shit. I guess the point is now we take him and it's the same material as before. A tempo worse, but also good enough. Right. And also gives them a chance to mess up. I mean, I literally just auto-recaptured, which is really silly. But yeah. Okay, we got that pretty much right. And that's why the shallow calculation is so important, right? Because like to spend so much time calculating this initial bishop takes f3 would have been completely a waste of time. Like, I don't think it was even working, right? We had this long line. Knight takes b3, rook here. Oh my god, I've blundered a bishop. And this is why long variation, wrong variation is a thing. Completely missed this. I thought that the knight goes back and then they've got rook b5. Which is fair to have found. But even so, there's even rook c8 and black's still better. Yeah, I didn't see any of this. Yeah, so not great. But at least I was able to deem that it was unclear, right? I wasn't like, I'm gonna play this move, right? And I think like once I saw like knight takes b3, that was a lot more clear. So okay, of course, it's not ideal that I made these mistakes, but also I was aware that it is, somewhat unclear. Not only in terms of my final evaluation, but just of how long the line is. Oh, nice, Harshal. Harshal says, I also got my first brand deal, actually 2. I accepted one and rejected the other one. Nice. I mean, that's honestly the best feeling, that when you get to a point with your hustle that you actually are in a position where you can actually reject work. I mean, that's a crazy place to be. And I definitely have been there before with chess coaching. Like nowadays, like I'm a bit more savvy about it, but it was a good feeling to be like, well, I'm actually good. Like I actually value my time more than just getting this money. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, do drop me a message on WhatsApp. I seem to remember, Harshu, actually, I think I've left you on red because I just had too much stuff going on and I didn't have an answer to your WhatsApp messages anyway. So yeah, feel free to drop me a message there and we can keep chatting. Yeah, let's focus on chess. Rook dc8, natural moves. I see, first instinct, right. Okay, and we got the knight takes b3 in the end. Very nice. Interesting podcast idea. Does ECF arrange coaching camps? I don't think they do, but that would be an interesting thing to try and arrange. I don't know who would. I think they do some online stuff, actually. They do some online stuff, but I don't think it's that sophisticated. Let me make a note of that, though. That's kind of a nice idea. It's not really my place to suggest it, probably, but who knows where this project will take me, But yeah, is the newly elected guy from chess background or sports management? I believe he's like an 1800 chess player and just a really big chess enthusiast. I have no idea what his background is. We can actually have a quick look. I mean, it's public information, right? Krikun chess. Oh wait, no, that's not the guy. I've got the wrong guy. It's a different Yuri. I can't wait. Okay, let me look up like ECF directors board. Let's find my guy who is doing me a solid. Oh, there we go. Yuri Krylov. Krylov is the guy. I actually don't know what his background is, but yeah, he's like I think he's like an 1800 player, like FIDE arbiter / wait, he can't be a FIDE trainer. Oh, okay, no, just national arbiter. I see. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if there's oh, there we go. He's on LinkedIn. Maybe I can add him on LinkedIn. I don't know if that's too keen. Whatever. I'll add him. Why not? Oh, that's okay. That's informative. Just gives me his email. I guess it's better than nothing. Okay, I'll wait. Are we connected already? Or can I not follow him? Is it one of these? I'll connect. Let's go. Okay, send without a note. Let's do that. Interesting. That's a really weird array of skills, but oh, okay. I guess LinkedIn is bugging out. I don't know. Let me try refresh. Well, okay, LinkedIn just decides not to work, but yeah. I guess, I mean, if you show enough commitment to chess, then I guess you can make a decent case for joining the board. Oh, there we go. Tim Wall is junior development director. No wonder it's finessed so nicely. Thank God. Thank God. I seem to remember actually Tim Wall ran for becoming the actual director and president. Acting chief executive, so we don't have a current guy? I don't know, I'm getting very distracted. But I don't even know who Dominic Lawson is. Stephen Woodhouse, looks familiar. Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, Tim Wall stepping up the junior side of things, and yeah, big shout out to Yuri Krylov for getting some of that sorted with the YouTube. Tim Wall, he is a FM in the UK, organises the Northumbria Masters, which is one of the best tournaments to play in the UK. That's not like the British Championships or the English Championships. Yeah, some ECF stuff. Yeah, Josh, you have to scroll back to the start of the stream at some point to hear about the new kind of stuff I'm getting involved with the ECF. AICF arranges them with top national players. I guess that's the Indian Chess Federation. But yeah, that's great. Yeah, okay, let's keep going. So this was good. Knight takes b3. Okay, speaking of Yuri, we've got a Yuri playing. So Yuri to beat Petrosian, white to play. Yeah, well, what's going on? So we've got queen and knight against 2 rooks and a knight. We've got 4 pawns against 5 pawns. So 5 pawns and 2 rooks against a queen and 4 pawns. But of course, the position is really going to be decisive here. So what can we understand? I mean, the king is completely exposed. More exposed than the white king in some ways. Although there is potential for a rook skewer, potentially. Knight is loose and being attacked. Queen is also loose. Rook is defended by only the knight. Knight is loose. Rook is loose. King's exposed on a dark square. King's exposed on a dark square. Tension between these pawns. Tension between these pawns. Potential check. Check, check. Okay, so let's go through our options. There are no X-ray pressure, right? I mean, maybe some X-ray to the square. Tough to say. Oh, maybe this pawn is actually quite close to being promoted, right? This could be a potential theme as well. So, on that note, that feels like such a big realization that we should definitely consider queen takes rook, right? Because just knight takes them and we just push the pawn. And if we can promote them, we're just completely winning. Which it looks like the case. I mean, if we take this rook and they don't take us, we're just queen for rook. There's no checks on us. There's no counterplay. I think this just wins. We just play it. There we go. So okay, a nice easy one from Axel Smith compared to the impossibly difficult ones in the Mikhail Tal section. But we won't comment. Okay, very nice. Let's see if anyone got it. Queen g8, knight g8, h7. Very good. Nice job, Josh. Oh, some of the ECF committee are local not people. Oh, you're just saying like you don't know who anyone is within the English chess scene except for some local Nottingham people. Fair enough. Yeah, I need to at some point brainstorm some ideas for this ECF podcast. Like I've got a few already, but yeah, I'll need to have a think. Yeah, if you guys were watching a podcast that was covering like different stuff going on in the UK, what kind of content would you want to see? Like maybe are there any like topical debates that like would be worth getting into, or are there any kind of like systems within the ECF that we want to know more about? Maybe I'll make a note about these things. Let me make it. Okay. I still work paper and pen, like for most of my kind of brainstorming stuff. I already forgot what I just said. I said like, you know, systems we want to learn more about. That was one thing, and then before that I said something else, but I don't even remember. I'll rely on chat's memory to help me. What on earth did I suggest as another potential avenue of like content? I think it was like something to do with like events in the UK. But yeah, like what would people want to see and learn about? Oh, debates as well, like topical debates. Obviously, I'd have to try and share my thoughts without giving an opinion too hard. But okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Procrastinating from calculation as always. Palavandishvili against Petrosian. Black is clearly better, but can push further with what move? Okay, so we've got queen, rook, rook, knight, knight, queen, rook, rook, bishop, bishop. So bishop pair. We've got 4-6. We've got 4-6. Okay, got different pawn structure. Black's pawn structure looks a bit healthier. I guess knight b4 looks pretty good. But yeah, before we just calculate it, let's just double check everything. So queen and king are on the same line, which is linked to the knight b4 idea. What else is going on? So yeah, the king is on an open file. There's an open diagonal here, but there's no dark squared bishop. Bishop and queen are eyeing up h7. Bishop's also fairly promisingly placed. Yeah, so anything else worth noting? Is there any loose pieces? No. The f3 pawn is loose. That's about it. Got some x-ray pressure here, x-ray pressure this way, x-ray pressure this way. Pressure on h7 is already mentioned, so okay, checks, captures, threats. Are there any checks? No. Are there any captures? Yes, we can capture, 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 capture. All should probably just be briefly looked at, and of course then we've got this knight b4 threat. Maybe bringing a rook c8 beforehand is also threatening. Maybe queen a5 threatens some business. So okay, let's think. So let's start with knight b4. So if knight b4, we are forking these pieces. Now, they don't have to take us, but let's say they do. Then we would just play rook c8. And we will win a queen for a knight and rook. Which, given how weak their king is probably decisive. So after knight b4, they probably need to make a different move. And move their queen. They can also throw in a check, but it's probably no good. We just take back. And if they move the queen, let's say to e2 or something, we can take this a2 pawn. So I wonder how good that would be. For instance, there's no way that, let's say, they can attack the knight and keep it trapped because we actually bail out with knight takes c3. So knight b4, what if they try queen d2? Is taking this pawn still good? And they go king b1. Are we not trapped? Well, no, because we can go queen b3. And if they block queen b2, we can still go knight takes c3. And then take the queen and take the rook. So I think knight b4 then is just very strong. Let's just double check we've looked at every single possible idea. So what about like queen b3? We can actually still take. But then they can go like king c2 or something. And our knight is kind of trapped. So what are we even doing here? I mean, maybe we can just take here and just claim that, you know, we get rid of that strong bishop. That feels very good. I don't know. Knight b4 looks very strong. If I don't see a better move, then I think we just go for this. So what about knight takes d4? Same logic if they take with the pawn, we can go rook c8. But this time they can take with the bishop. We've got a check. We can also take the bishop, but neither of these moves look so good. Yeah, it doesn't look good. So what about just simply winning a pawn? How does that go? I mean, it's kind of an irrelevant pawn. It's so weak anyway. I feel like knight b4 is more important. At the same time, we can go knight b4. If they play queen b3, we can take, and take. And even there's going to be some disconnection here. I mean, looks like a better version. And then, okay, what about like just playing rook c8 or something? To prepare something like this? I mean, what do they do? I mean, they could probably get off the line somehow. Maybe like play queen b3. Although then there's like knight takes, bishop takes, queen takes. But then there's bishop h7 and they pick up the queen. So, yeah, probably knight b4 is just best. But I don't really have something better than just taking on d3. So let's find out. Yeah, so queen b3 and okay, just knight takes d3 and it's completely winning, apparently. Yeah, bishop hell's the only compensation for the weak pawns. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so another very easy one, but yeah, trying to just be methodical and not miss anything. Yeah, exchange knights, and then we can even play queen f3. Let's see if queen f3 was the top move after rook takes. Yep. Nice. Minus 2.5. That's good enough. Okay, let's keep going. 12 minutes to go before we're free. Narasov against Petrosian. Also, Harshul, yeah, you can write to me if you don't want this to be public. You can write to me on WhatsApp. But when you mention like brand deals, is this to do with like work outside of chess, or is this work within chess? I'd be curious to hear more about it. And also, is this like brand deals in what sense? Like funding your playing, or brand deals where you promote a product and they pay you for that, or are they paying you with trips to tournaments? Like what are the details? Give me the tea. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, black is clearly better with a move like rook a b8, but here's a way to gain a winning position. Okay, so queen rook rook knight against queen rook rook knight. We've got 4, 5 against 6, so 5 pawns against 6 pawns. What can we note about the position? The king is on the line of our rook and quite exposed. Our king is much safer in comparison, but potentially there's some back rank problems we need to always watch out. Knight d5 looks beautiful just because of like the kind of potential for forks and whatnot. X-rays back and forth, X-ray here. Any loose pieces? Rook is loose. Rook is loose. Queen is loose. Okay, so with all of this in mind, let's begin. So do we have any checks? Yes, we've got rook takes e3. Do we have any captures? Also rook takes e3. Queen h3 is garbage. Probably. Do we have any threats? Knight d5. e5. Or d4, I mean. Maybe we can move the queen and hit this rook with some effects. So like queen d6, queen e7, queen a7. All potential. And of course rook b8 to try and bring the rook in, but apparently we're not allowed to play that. So, okay, let's start calculating then. So, let's look at our checks first, just in case. Oh, to be fair, if rook e3, queen e3, we do have rook e8. It might be interesting. But they do have knight d4, so probably not. So we've done the checks. Captures, queen e3 is garbage. Threats then, let's look at this knight d5. So knight d5, we attack the rook. If they ignore it, then we just win a rook. So they need to deal with it. Now, if they play a move like rook takes d5, they don't have any checks. So this is promising as well. They can counterattack our queen or something, but let's imagine that they take on d5 and save their rook. We can give a check, and if they go king f2 to attack our knight, we take the rook with check. So they have to go somewhere else. And maybe we don't have to take this rook immediately because our queen is in trouble, right? But okay, where does that king actually go? Because if we have a position like this, where the king goes onto this d-file, I was trying to think if there was a way we can sack the queen and then give rook d8 at the end or something, but I don't think that's so good. Takes here. And then just a move like king d2 or something. Because we can't move the queen with check. Yeah, I'm drifting again. Let me get back in. So what were my other ideas? So my other ideas were like, can I move the queen in the starting position and harass this rook in some way? Not to my understanding that it achieves anything of significance. And did this do anything, d4? What if they just take with a knight? I guess maybe now we can go knight d5, and wherever the rook goes, then we can take it. So maybe this could be promising. What if they take with the queen though? I guess we could still take knight takes and then go knight e4. And again, we've got this double threat. Maybe it could just be this. Because I think the problem with knight here immediately is just rook here is really annoying. So if we push the pawn and they take with a knight or something, and we go knight here, well, they can't attack our queen. The other nice thing as well is like when we play this, I mean, they've also got this move, which looks a little bit annoying. So this kind of kills both. Really interesting idea. I think it's just strong because everything else about black's position is so solid, so there aren't many counterattacking moves. What if they ignore us and they push or something? Well, then we could take, and that looks really good. Or take with a knight. One of them would be strong. And if they ignore, I mean, we are threatening this rook takes e3. So I think the more I look at it, the more I like this d4. Looks very good. Yeah, let's play it. Did I get this wrong? Oh, bloody hell, Harshal, good job. Rook takes d5. I need to just look at my forcing moves. Queen takes d5, queen d5, knight c3. I didn't see it. Didn't see it. Didn't see it. You know though, like these kind of combinations, I think I can see it if rook d5 was on the board, then I would be able to see queen d5, knight c3. But just one move back, it's already a struggle. Because for the longest time, before, you know, I started training tactics, which was only more recently, I wouldn't even be able to see queen d5, knight c3 with the position on the board, right? Like, that's how bad these kind of basic instincts were. So, yeah. So then knight d5 is just working, that's really annoying. I wonder if my default move also works. But obviously then this is just good enough. Blasted. And I wonder if you don't see queen d5, are you just worse? So this was my solution. Rook e5. I did not consider this candidate move. That's a very nice idea. Because I can't really take with the pawn with this going on. Yeah, just everything comes to a stop. We no longer get these kind of ideas. That's super annoying. Knight e4, if they play this move and we can't take... Oh, we actually have winning moves anyway. Oh, I just suck. I just suck. It's really annoying. I didn't even see this as a potential idea. So like queen c6, for instance, is apparently a move. Knight g3 is apparently winning though. I just thought like the king moves like d2. Queen d5? Oh, this is what I was saying, but I didn't believe it. I think my thought process was that they'll take, and then move the rook, but the point is it comes with check. So I guess there is a problem with the king on d2. I kind of had that spidey sense, but I couldn't justify it. So what if king e1? Wow, okay, we can play rook takes e3, queen d5. Yeah, of course this looks winning as well. Oh, it's really... And queen a7, also a nice move to threaten this. So yeah, just talked myself out of this move. Just believed that this rook d5 was too strong. Yeah, just had multiple winning moves. And again, it's kind of like that. This is the classic like chaotic brain issue where it's like you're kind of going too quickly and you're getting too emotionally invested in things, right? Like I got too excited about d4 and then like, I don't know, like I was kind of painting a narrative which just wasn't the case. So yeah, just sucks to suck. Let's try and do one more. Yeah, exactly. Knight e4, knight e5, even rook e5. Yeah, I kind of even felt that a bit, but I just couldn't just calculate cleanly, you know? Okay, maybe you can just call me whenever you're free. Lots of things to discuss, and I just have time on Saturdays, Sundays. Okay, sounds good, Harshal. I will make a note. We can have a call at some point. I'll make a note. I mean, I've got like without revealing what I've got to do, I've got like a whole to-do list of lots of stuff. So I don't know if I'll have time for a catch up, but yeah, at some point, like I would like to call. It'll be fun. Okay, let's finish with one final one, and then we'll call it a day. Instinct is to just play queen e3. But okay, let's think. So queen rook rook against queen rook rook knight. We've got 4-5-6 against 4-5. So we're a pawn up. We have potential back rank issues. Their king is extremely exposed. Their rooks are connected, but somehow feel a bit passive. Knight is only defended by the king. Queen is loose. Rooks protect each other. Queen is loose. Potentially this pawn is vulnerable. Maybe we can bring in the rook. Yeah, so what options do we have in this position? We've got queen e3, we've got queen takes e5, we've got rook takes. What captures do we have? We can potentially capture all of this, but I don't know, doesn't feel great. And threats. I mean, maybe this could be a potential threat, or rook c5, but you know, probably not. So okay, let's just start calculating these checks because they look very promising. Let's start with this one actually. I mean, bring the rook in. Looks great. So they can either move here or block. Now block looks disastrous actually, because if they block with the knight, we go queen e3. If they come to f1, then we can give rook with checkmate. And rook here, knight blocks queen e3, and they come this way, well then I can give takes and then mate. Oh no, that blunders the queen, there's a knight here, hold on. So rook here, knight blocks queen e3, king d1, rook d3, king c2. Oh, we just go queen e2? King c1? I guess this is a really long way of doing it. It's probably a faster mate, but we could go rook c5 check, knight is forced to take, and then give checkmate on d2. So yeah, I don't know. That's possible, I guess. So okay, rook takes, they can't block. If they were to come here, do we have a follow-up? I really believe that we do, but maybe I'm just wrong. Yeah, I don't see it. So let's move on actually. Let's keep it as a potential candidate. Let's try queen e3. If queen e3 and they come this way, I feel like the sack, or at the very least we win the knight, right? At the very least. And probably the sack looks very promising, right? Sack takes, and then wherever the king goes, we can bring our rook in. I mean, if they come here, do we actually mate? King here. I have no idea if there's a mate. I mean, what's bugging me is that what about this king f1? If I don't even have something here, then I don't even waste my time. I don't know, it looks okay as well. So what does that mean? Let's have a quick look at our captures as well. What about this rook takes d3? If they take with the knight, we can give a check. Wherever they go, we get another check. Maybe they just run away though. Might be like some perpetual there, but I guess we want more. I mean, rook e5 looks the most promising. Just couldn't see a strong follow-up. If they come king here, can I just take the knight and they take my rook and then I just do something? And give one check like this, but my pieces aren't well coordinated. Oh no, they are. I've got this rook check. Then that's probably winning, right? Queen c4, takes. Looks good. Looks good. Yeah, and okay, if they come this way, do I have something? I mean, I've got rook takes d3 at the very least, and I am collecting up a lot of pawns. It seems decent. I mean, actually, I've got rook here and even rook f5. Maybe that's just winning on the spot. Looks very strong. Yeah, okay, this is the move. Oh wow. So they did just allow this. I mean, is this not just completely winning? We don't even have to calculate anything. Yeah, this is winning. Okay, so that's weird that they put this as the main line instead of king d1. Wow. And what did I say was the correct move here? I did say this queen f2, right? And I said queen here and then rook c5. Queen c4, rook takes. d4, and then my move was queen takes c4 and said that, like, it's decent. But d3, of course, is much better. Going for checkmate. Nice. Okay, good stuff. So, yeah, I think I'll call it a day there. Thank you for tuning in and, yeah, giving your attempts as well. We'll definitely keep you guys posted about how the ECF show comes along. And also, I'm planning to try and do some speedrun episodes for my Gurgenitzer Modern. So I will try and make that into a mini series just to get some Gurgenitzer content out there so that people kind of know what to expect with the course. And yeah, hopefully it won't be too traumatic playing these 800 ELO players. Yeah, I think it will be okay. So yeah, thanks for tuning in and see you guys on Monday for some more chess training. Almost 2 a.m. over here. Time for bed. Okay. Good night, guys. Bye.